Welcome to my lecture, Learn Math with Sayyid Ali, class 3. And this is regarding the same topic, properties of trigonometric functions and cast. And this time we will be graphing y is equals to cos theta. And this time I wrote both questions on the same class and the same board so that we can do both things in a single lecture, and then the next lecture will be for tangent theta, right? So the basic thing which students need to remember is the unit circle and the value of the unit circle. So what values are here? 1 0, 0 1, minus 1 0, 0 minus 1. So these are 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2 and 2 pi. In terms of degree, 0 degree, 90 degree, 180 degree, 270 degree, 360 degree. So this is one whole revolution, right? One cycle, right? Complete. Now, when we see the cos theta, we have to see this value, right? So what is the value at 0? So at 0, we have 1. So look at the difference, right? So only the difference is for sine curve, we took y. For cos curve, we have to take cos. Because we know that when we did that as a radius, the cos component and the sine component, right? The cos component is this component and the sine component is this component. So we are dealing with now sine component and cos component. So cos component is horizontal component. So we take the value of x-axis, right? X coordinate of the ordered pair. So it's 1. And when we are at 0, what is the x component here? We have 0. So we will put it at 0. So we have 0. And what is at 180? We have minus 1. You can see at 180 we have minus 1. Where we have to see? Here, the x component of the ordered pair. Where we have to see at 270? The x component. Now it's 0. So 270 is 0. And then at 360, it becomes 1. So it is altogether changed as compared to the previous table for sine theta, right? Because we have to see the cos component, which is x component of the triangle, right? So now if we want to draw it, we can draw it because we have the value of x and cos theta. So we will draw the half cycle here for cos theta, theta between 0 and 360. So 0 and 360, and the period is same, right? So the increment is same. So we have, when we are at 0, where I have to be? I have to be at 1. So I have to be at 1. I will make a round. So this is my 1. And when I am at 90, where I am at? At 90, I am at 0, right? And then where am I at 180? So this is my 180, right? Where am I at 180? 180 is minus 1. So minus 1 is somewhere here, right? This is my minus 1. And at 270, so I can mark it here like 0, 90, 180, 270, and 360, right? So at 180, what is my reading? Minus 1. At 270, what is my reading? 0. At 360, what is my reading? 1. So this is like this, right? And if I join these points, I have a kind of parabolic curve. So I am joining it. So I have a smooth curve like this, right? This value is same. So I have a curve like this. What is the maximum value? So we will tell all those questions which we did in the last exercise. So what is the maximum value of the curve? The maximum value of the curve is 1. What is the minimum value of the curve? My minimum value is minus 1. What is the amplitude? Amplitude is 1 because this point is 1, right? So my all answer is here, maximum value 1, amplitude 1, and minimum value minus 1. This value is at minus 1. So we have my answers. And what value of theta does the maximum value occurs? What value of theta does the maximum value occurs? Now there are 2 points at 0 and 360. So be careful. The answer is for cos curve, the maximum value occurs at 0 and 360. Right? For what value of theta does the minimum value occurs? So the minimum value occurs at 180. For cos curve, minimum value occurs at 180. Now, if my theta range changes from 0 to 720, which is exactly double of 360, right? So we have to repeat this cycle for the next interval, and I will be saying that after 360, what I have, right? So if it is revolving, right? So which way it will be revolving? Minus 90, right? Sketch the graph for minus 360. Oh, this time my question is theta is in between. Theta is in between minus 360 to 360. Theta, so this is my mistake. Theta is in between 360 to minus 360, right? Theta is in between 360 to minus 360. So if it is so, then all these values will be replicating to the other part of the axis, because now they will be in minus. They will be repeating, but they will be repeating on the other side of the axis, right? So how the graph will look like, we will see. This is the graph for this part, right? So for y is equals to cos theta, when the values was in between 0 and 360. So I have to make some space actually, because my range is now 360 to minus 360. So I will be drawing it like this, that my axis is here. My axis is here, right? And then I have to say what I did before was I am repeating the curve for that part, 0 to 60, 360 positive side. So 360 positive side was, this was my 0, this was my 90, this was my 180, this was my 270, and this was my 360. And the curve was like 1, when it was 0 it was 1, when it was 90 it was 0. You can see the values in the table. 180 is minus 1, I am redrawing it kind of. So minus 1, and then it's again back to 0, right? And then it's again go to 1. And my curve looks like this, right? Looks like this, kind of parabola. And then when I have minus 360, the curve will be same but repeating itself, like for 90, and then minus 180. So this is minus 90, this is minus 180, this is minus 270, and this will be minus 360. So the curve will be, the values are, so we can say 90, right? 90 minus 90 will be 0. 180 is minus 1. 180 is minus 1, right? And then minus 270. Minus 270 is 0. And then 360 is again 1. So my curve is like this. On the grid paper, it will be smooth and fine, right? So this is like repeating, I would say, right? So my marker makes it a double line. So it is like a going here further. So its maximum value is again 1, minimum value is minus 1. So this is 1 plus 1, and this line is minus 1. So maximum minimum values are same, and it is repeating itself. This is minus 1, right? So now question is, sketch y is equals to cos theta when theta is in between 360 and minus 360. Is the graph of y is equals to cos theta is periodic? So our answer is again yes, graph is periodic, yes. Y is equals to cos theta is periodic. Why periodic? Because it is repeating itself at a certain interval of time. So same range repeats at a regular interval. What is the period of this? 360, right? Because at 360 it's repeating. Period is again 360. That is the interval at which it is repeating. So the main difference between the two curves, y is equals to cos theta and y is equals to sin theta when you have to make the ordered pair. For y is equals to sin theta, you take the x coordinate of these ordered pairs, and for y is equals to cos theta, you take x coordinate, right? Here for sine, y coordinate, for x, for cos, x coordinate, right? As we did here, right? Cos component is the x component and the y component is the sine component. So hope you like the video. We will do in the third video the graph of tangent, and then we will see some more applications like twice of cos theta, or 3 times sine theta, or 2 times tangent theta, and we will find out more curves. Thank you for watching.